Ahoy, morning breathers, and welcome to Monday. We have a start of a new week. It is Monday, May 5th.
Yes.
Look at me. Look at the paper.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Look at my cheat sheet.
I'm glad my work was not for nothing. So
It's episode 304, and I'm just now looking at the date.
it is.
And it's, I think, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
It is Cinco de Mayo. It's also my wife's birthday.
Wow.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Stacy.
Very good. It's also Adele's birthday.
Is it? I did not know that.
Happy birthday, Adele.
Happy birthday, Adele.
She's tuning in.
Yeah, if she's watching from
Adele,
across
Adele,
the pond.
if we can use your music for intro music,
Yes.
so let us know.
Yeah.
Just send us a little, just a thumbs up or something.
Yeah.
Just a little release. It says you won't sue us or shut us down. We'll be okay.
I've liked her music and her voice and her style immediately.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Immediately.
This is kind of a weird tangent.
And
but-
Adele's too.
Yeah, and Adele's too. They say that Adele, the way she sings, it's like perfectly fits what people like because there's a rhythm to the music and there's certain ways you can sing with highs and lows, and it's like the perfect way to draw people in.
Huh.
I don't know if she does it on purpose or if that's just what she does.
That's maybe how she just is.
Somebody way smarter than me decided that there's a pattern to
We would
that.
have to ask John the Voice. to get his
Exactly.
opinion.
Exactly.
However, he's out turkey hunting.
I saw that picture this morning. So the funny thing about that picture, and he's not watching because he's turkey hunting, but is that he's like looking off, and it really looks like a really good professional photograph. But you know he's holding his phone down here, taking his own picture.
Maybe he's got a fancy thing where he puts his phone that sticks to the tree.
Oh, there you go.
somewhere,
Maybe that's it.
Or wherever he's at.
Maybe
I don't know
that's
what he's
it.
doing.
Tripod system.
So
Turkeys are hard to hunt.
yeah. Jimmy asked if we forgot to pay the light bill.
No, we didn't. It's Monday. And we feel like keeping it calm today, Jimmy. We have some, we can't see them.
Can't see him.
We don't have a live camera operator, but we have some new string lights. Is that what you call those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have string lights in here. Rachel's been a big proponent of those, and so now we have them.
Yeah, they're not terribly
and
effective.
We really, other than, well, you're in control of it now.
Yeah.
We can do different things with them, and it makes no difference because nobody can see them but us.
Exactly.
So there we have it.
It's a fun view though.
Yeah, I see these lights in a lot of teenager bedrooms when I'm at my house is because of my job. I'm walking
Right.
through houses.
Right.
Teenagers have this stuff all over the place.
Right.
So
This is a popular thing in college, like apartments.
okay. So do you guys feel? So do you feel more at home?
Yes,
You
way
feel
much
just
more.
much more relaxed now. So I better do introductions because Lord knows you may folks that are listening may not
know who's here.
We have Boss Man Matt.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy, Boss Man, and we have Jackson,
Ahoy!
who prefers to stay in the SEC. Ahoy!
Ahoy! Always.
Just an
It just
SEC
means
fan.
more.
It just
Just means more.
And of course, we could do nothing without SPP.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Boy, to you, my lad. SPP is short for Super Producer Peter.
Yes. I stole his line.
Yes.
He just gave me a dirty look.
It's my bit. It's my bit.
Don't take my
That's my
bit.
joke.
He made it all up.
That's my
He
joke.
did. I didn't realize I was stealing your line until it came out, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's Peter's thing."
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
So we're a shade on the dark side, and I don't know. We try things.
On the dark side, it was May the 4th yesterday. Speaking of Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
May the
I don't
fourth
know
be
that-
with you.
Oh, May the 4th. Okay, I got you.
It's been a thing for a little while. I don't know what you do to celebrate.
I think just watch Star
Watch
Wars.
Star
Just
Wars.
like any
Yeah.
4th will do.
No, May the
It has
4th.
to be
May the 4th.
Because it's like, yeah.
But it really could work on any 4th.
June the 4th be with you?
Well, you can't say June, but May the 4th. It's still the 4th.
Yeah, true.
I think any two.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how my mind works.
No, that does work. Yeah.
But it certainly makes more sense May 4th
Yeah.
yesterday.
I just thought of it because of the dark side. It's this
So because
Watching Star Wars.
I'm stealing bits today, I'm going to steal one of yours
Now
now.
what do you got?
So today is
Who gives a crap?
National Days of. No, it is since we're talking about May the 4th. Today is Revenge of the 5th, which there's a Star Wars movie, Revenge of the Sith. So now they have Revenge of the 5th.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either until I saw it this morning.
Well, I didn't know there was a Revenge of the
Sith,
Sith.
Sith. Yes,
Sit.
Sith,
So easy for you all to say.
Revenge of the
Sith.
Sit.
Sith, Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Stand.
Well, that got the Revenge of the Sith. Have you
Do
seen
something on that too.
So we got a story on that too, right?
Yeah. You want to talk about that real quick?
Can.
It's on the other page, I think.
Yeah,
Well, I turned it up. It's on page 1 of Odd News.
It's on the back of the set for the day.
Oh yeah, that one.
That
I
one.
knew I saw it.
So we all know they had the standing desks are all the rage, right? And they say
Sitting is the new.
is the new whatever. It's bad.
Yeah.
Sitting's bad.
Don't sit.
No, it's not.
So they
We'd
say,
like to have standing desks in here from now on, please.
no
Standing show.
Thank you.
standing show. No. So they say don't sit down. So this guy says, all right, well I won't sit down for 5 days.
I'll show you how good it is.
So they say researchers recommend standing for at least 2 to 4 hours during the workday to reduce the health risks associated with prolonged sitting. And Lucas Ball took the advice to the extreme and decided not to sit for a week. The rules of the experiment were clear. Ball could lie down for exactly 8 hours at night.
I know what they were going to say. Sitting is the new smoking.
There you go. That's it.
I knew that there was
Yes.
something to that.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's all
to
right.
interrupt.
He could sit down for exactly 8 hours at a night, but he had to be upright the rest of the time, which means when he used the bathroom, he just squatted over the toilet.
See, that'd be somewhat uncomfortable. I
It
think.
would be quite uncomfortable. And in the car, he didn't let his butt touch the back seat.
I would reduce my sleep for 5 minutes just so I could.
Just sit in the car.
Sit in the car.
Yeah. I'd reduce my sleep longer than that so I could also sit on the toilet.
So take 15 minutes off of sleep
Exactly.
so I can have a couple
Exactly.
life's pleasures.
He did find that he was more productive while he was standing at work, but and outside the workday, he tried to stay moving by distracting himself from fatigue that crept into his legs and feet. He watched TV and ate dinner standing up. He did it all. But day 3 took
Reality
a turn.
hit.
Got bad.
Took a turn. It really hit me in the lower legs and feet. I felt really sore and tired and felt like my posture while standing was starting to slack. On top of that, he was also extremely hungry. Maybe he was hungry from burning extra calories, but one thing he noticed was when I was eating, it took my mind off standing up.
Nothing like a bowl of ice cream to make
Exactly.
you forget about how much your feet hurt.
Exactly. And partially for this reason, he constantly ate throughout the entire day. And then he couldn't wait to go to bed, which I can understand. He's like, my 8 hours, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
But eventually sleep worsened because his legs felt so uncomfortable. He spent hours tossing and turning while trying to stretch. He cut the challenge short on day 5 because it's like
just couldn't make it.
I'm done.
He couldn't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
we got
that's
the
it.
laugh track, don't we?
Oh yeah.
He noticed that
Probably
he was
someone booing.
We don't know.
He noticed that he was slouching. His upper back was rounded, but his butt popped more.
Well,
There's positives
There's
benefit.
there.
There you go.
His hip and knees ached. He gained a pound, likely because he distracted himself from all the pain by eating.
I can do that this morning.
Exactly.
What do you mean gain a pound?
Simply standing isn't enough. Everything in moderation, kids. That's the whole point.
That's the whole. Yeah, you did a lot of copying and pasting there.
I did.
just
That
say
story
this.
was actually a lot longer. I actually cut a lot out of that story. I'm like, yeah, we don't need to go that much.
To say everything in moderation.
Yes, everything in moderation, kids.
So in the folder of everything in moderation, I didn't sit down for 5 days in a row. And
I appreciate people who do this though, like and take it to the extreme to find some of the benefits and the drawbacks for us to just read, so that we don't have to do such things as standing for 5 days.
Yes.
we'll tell you. Oh, very well. There you go. Peter's back.
Yes,
I'm back into my form.
I think
Yeah, what I was
you.
gonna
I
say.
think you would reasonably know going into that. I'm going to stand up for 5 days. That there's going to be issues. I think you don't have to stand for 5 days to know that there's going to be problems.
but I think like if there was some like secret unintended, because there's always like when people do those dieting things, it's like, oh, it unlocks this, or lets your brain function increase. It's kind of like the only benefit I feel like I took from this is like it made me a little more productive at work.
I just appreciate people using themselves as human guinea pigs.
Yeah,
experiments.
yeah. I think that's my main takeaway from this. But yeah, no,
I never think about stuff like that.
Think about doing it.
Yeah. So they say you should stand, occasionally at work.
Yes.
All right, I do that, but I would never think about going. Well, if a little is good, more is better.
5 days in a row is great.
I don't think that way.
I helped my dad put together a treadmill desk so like you can walk while you work. That was the worst construction project I've ever been a part of.
Wouldn't the
it was-
desk move while the
No,
treadmill's
because
on?
it's like similar to a standing desk where it's like the desk is built above it and then there's just like the treadmill walkway.
Okay.
And so you're just walking in place. But it was a pain to put together. It took us like all day. It was not that's the only part I remember of it was how hard it was to put together. I don't even know how much he used it. So
It can't be that hard to put that together. I mean, for the manufacturer, they should put
Right.
that together, but even they have determined
No.
because they wrote their own instructions and they can't figure out where screw number 6 is.
no, yeah, it was.
We had a judge in town. I can't remember his name right now. You'd know him, but he used to walk around reading his legal documents with the pipe.
Oh yeah, my golfing buddy,
Who is that?
Mike Mullins.
Yeah, that's it. I just couldn't think of his names. But he was judged. He just walked around. He walked all over town, all over downtown anyway.
Was his thinking time.
It was his thinking time, reading and pondering important legal matters.
Sometimes I would come out and walk with him and say, "Judge, you need my opinion. Let me know."
And he'd say, "Leave me alone."
Pretty much he did.
I'm in the midst of
In a very
important
kind
legal-
way.
in a very nice way.
So he walked and read.
He did.
I struggle to do that. I admire that though, because I can't really do that. Even on my phone, I will look up and be like, oh my god, I've zagged.
Well,
all
he had
around.
whole folders. He's reading
Yeah, that's
real legal documents and
especially legal.
To be fair, we
legal
don't know what they
jargon.
really.
I don't really know what they were, but I assume in my brain it was like Supreme Court level stuff that he was pondering.
Yeah, he probably was. Was he a district judge?
They got
I mean, judges just like him are shutting down things in the Trump administration.
right. So there you go.
Hey, I don't want to forget to say this, that the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Casey and all the gang over at KCTC. In the Morning Breath, the four of us this morning are sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you,
Thank
Willie.
you, Willie.
Thanks, Willie, and all the Hy-Vees and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Yes.
So we had we got any hellos up there?
Yeah.
Anybody new?
Jimmy's up there. Cindy's up there. Cindy says that maybe we had a rough weekend, so we need the lights dim, which is not true. Well, I didn't.
not.
guess.
I didn't.
I didn't either. I was pretty tame. I mowed my yard. Does that count? No.
I say no. I vote no on that.
No.
It
okay.
can get rough if you run over a rock, break the mower.
Yeah, I did
some,
not.
Some can happen.
I did not do that. Jeff, my mom, Nikki G, Denise, all here this morning.
Is Stacy home for her birthday?
She's home today.
Well, you better. You're leaving the show and going to pamper her for a little bit, aren't
No, we had a big weekend. We went out
okay.
to dinner, and it was we kind of did a weekend birthday thing.
I see.
Monday is just kind of a rough day to have a birthday.
you? It is. That's why you should go the extra mile.
Yeah, well, we got soccer tonight, so
Okay. All right.
I told her, I said,
Stacy going to soccer, is
I said, she's not. She can run a camera.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you gonna run a camera?
Here's
some
how you
work.
run this. So let's see. We had a Kentucky Derby over the weekend. I probably watched all 6 hours of that.
I watched 0 of it.
I actually also watched 0 of it. I watched the very end. I watched the last leg.
I really tried to time it out to where I would catch it at the race, but I'd always tune in and they're talking about some preliminary race. And I was like, okay, another 30 minutes, I'll come back. And then 30 minutes later, they're still talking about another preliminary
Then
race.
it was under delay.
Oh, was I? I missed that. I didn't
It was
see
really
any of it.
rainy, right? The track
It was
looked-
rainy. It
the
was a
track
soup.
looked- Yeah.
I don't know how they did anything. But those horses ran it.
I know journalism got second.
Journalism did not win.
Got second. Sovereignty.
I hate to see it.
Sovereignty.
I did not pick that. I picked because we were there. I had all the Patty and I had all the grandkids, and we made everybody that could talk pick a
Like a horse.
I mean, because there's some kids that can't talk.
Right.
Yet, so. I picked Mohawk something rather, just because I like the name.
Right.
Have no clue where that horse finished.
How did publisher do?
I don't know. I couldn't find it in results. I only saw the top 3. I didn't look very hard, but
Because it just doesn't matter after the top 3.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I saw journalism. It is a win for journalism, even though they got second.
It was a win for journalism. Why? How do you say that?
Just,
You're clearly the favorite, and now you call it a win for getting second.
I'm talking about the industry, not the horse.
Okay. All right.
Big
The
J horse.
Yeah, the big J horse.
Okay.
Big
Let's
day
see.
for journalism.
Big day for journalism. Let's see. Warren Buffett is retiring at the end of this year.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's big news.
It is. Well, it's time he, enjoyed some of the billions he has.
Yeah.
He is 95 or something.
Yeah. I watched the doc on him once. Of course I did. But
I'm shocked.
yeah, he goes through McDonald's like once or twice a week, and whatever he orders costs like $4. And that's only because that's the allowance his wife gives him.
Wow.
And he can only go a couple times a week. A cup of coffee and a
You would
biscuit or
think
something.
he must like that. He must like that.
Yes.
The rigidity of that.
He knows he could buy the McDonald's.
You could buy the entire
could buy
franchise.
all of
right?
McDonald's.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing this massive sell-off stuff, though. He went cash.
Yeah. Yeah, the second in charge, I guess I don't know if they made the announcement who's taking his spot, but I think that guy lives in Des Moines still right now.
Oh, really?
He works for Berkshire Hathaway, but I think he lives in Des Moines.
That's something. I didn't know who. I know he lost his partner who was 99.
Right.
Didn't lose him. That guy passed away.
Well,
but
as happens when
probably
you're 99.
not as
That's
much fun
that's a
going
full
to work
life
when
right
your
there.
partner for 55 years
Yeah.
is no longer there.
Yeah.
I mean, if he needs people to just like watch over or have some of the money, I mean, if he's just looking for
I can
volunteers,
help out, yeah.
certainly help out with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Would you be able to?
yeah, I could do that.
I'm guessing that's not a volunteer position.
Oh, I could get paid to watch his movie? That's fine. I could do
Peter,
that
we're
too.
gonna need you to spend a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, if I have to.
Be rough. It'd be
He's
rough.
had a good run. There's
Must
no
be.
doubt about that.
Without a doubt. Amazing.
So
when he speaks, people do listen.
is his thing going to continue where if you get a perfect bracket, he gives you like $25 million or whatever it is?
I hope so.
I've never even heard that.
Yeah, I think,
No.
doesn't he have a challenge? Is
Yeah,
it
if
25
you-
or is it just $1 million?
I thought it was just $1
It
million.
might just be $1 million.
But yeah, if you put the perfect March Madness bracket together, you win the Warren Buffett $1 million challenge.
So he could, that's pocket change. $1 billion for
It's
Warren
funny how
Buffett.
his wife lets him do that. Exactly. Give him $10 to go to
Exactly, for McDonald's.
It's crazy. 7:32, Peter. We got to take a break.
Yes.
Let's do so. Right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections. Like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to Monday's show, where it's a little darker in here, a little tamer.
It's Mom,
Smello.
It's mellow.
yeah. Mom wants to know if we watch the Fever games, and
I was going to get to that.
okay.
So now, since Mom beat me to it, do tell.
Well, I watched a little bit of yesterday.
Where could you watch it?
It was on ESPN yesterday.
I did not.
Yeah. So I watched so
What time was it on?
like 2
4.
o'clock, 3 o'clock, something. Yeah, I didn't watch all of it. It was a beautiful day. It was hard to sit on the couch at 3 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon, but I watched a little bit of it. And the most interesting thing, she scored like 16. Caitlin scored like 16. The Fever won by like 60 points.
There was a chance that because she didn't play.
They played Saturday
the other
too,
game,
right?
when
She
was
did not
hurt.
play. So the interesting thing is, that where they marked on the floor where she broke the record. She shot that broke the record, and it was like 33 feet from the hoop or whatever. So she made a shot from 3 foot behind that.
Yeah. Well, there's a pretend line there
Yes.
where you get 5 points for that.
Yeah. Yeah. They were already up by like 50 at that point, so it didn't matter so
Why
much.
was she
but-
still playing?
well,
My God.
because they were in Iowa City. I'm not sure they would have played her.
Just an exhibition
Yeah,
too.
it
They
is.
probably were going 70%.
But she made a 36-foot three-pointer, and the crowd went wild.
I heard the interview, so I didn't watch any of it. And I'll go into that a little bit later. But I was watching the interview with her, and she says, "Well, this is how she thinks. I knew that if I took a quick shot, or if the shot went off quick, it would be a 2-for-1.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're up 50, and you're thinking, well, I should get 2 possessions here.
1.
Right. If I miss it, it's okay. We can still get it. Right. Yeah.
That's how that brain works.
And she also knew she was probably going to get pulled from the game, and she did. They took a timeout right after that, and they pulled her from the game.
Yeah.
So lots of different players is like the Boston girl. Is she gone?
So, no, there's no. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell are both still there. I think they said they have 5 that were there from last year, and all the rest of them are new coach, new president, they like cleaned house.
They're going for a championship in Indiana.
Yeah, and they got the second best odds.
Yep.
To win it all.
Over as Minnesota would be the favor.
Nope, New York.
New York.
New York.
Yes. So
Oh, they won it last year.
yeah, they
over
won. Yeah.
over Minnesota.
So, but they brought in. I mean, the people they brought in
It's
were
amazing.
are all
I knew that.
veterans. Well, here's the thing, exactly. And I was even thinking this when I'm sitting there. It's like it's beautiful outside. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm watching an WNBA exhibition game on ESPN, and I thought, wow, the world has shifted a little bit.
That's the preseason was televised for the first time ever, I believe.
Yeah. So, and I sent a text out. So Angel Reese plays for Chicago. I just happened to scroll through it. I didn't watch it, but they played the same Brazil team exhibition at LSU on Friday, maybe.
Poor Brazil team.
Yeah.
And so I didn't watch that
We
one.
were just using them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just similar.
Clearly.
It's similar to like in college basketball where you play the mid-majors and pay them a lot of money to come into your school and get mauled, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by 60, I mean, come on.
How bad did Chicago beat them?
I don't know. I didn't even bother to look up the score.
Yeah, who
so,
cares?
Yeah.
John will know.
John will know. John watched. I made sure he knew about it.
He
think
he
had a
made up
few-
some kind of thing, and
Yeah.
LeBron in 5 or whatever it was.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. That we had a thing go on for way too long in my book,
Yeah.
but everybody else was enjoying it.
I'm excited for the WNBA. I'm also becoming a Fever fan this summer because they traded one of the women they traded for went to Mizzou.
Yes,
so now
Lucy.
they're- Sophie.
Sophie,
Sophie, yeah.
good
Sophie
friends
Cunningham.
of some family I have.
Oh,
there.
nice.
Really good friends.
There you go.
So
Nice connection.
I have some distant, but
Yeah.
believe me, it's there.
Still a connection.
Couldn't remember her name, but I don't know. I don't know her.
I mean, I didn't know her well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They know her, not me. What else happened? What else? I know this. I did not watch any of the game. I had my granddaughters playing softball,
Yes. Oh, and you did track on Friday too, right?
and I had track Friday. That was over at Highland, and that was from 4:30 till 8:45, so that was a long meet. 10 teams there.
Yeah.
Washington was there. It was really, really good meet.
That I may ask you.
Junior high.
Junior middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, middle school.
Yeah. They changed it on us.
They did. But there was 3 games, and I went to 2 of them, and I got a text from my golf clubs that said, "Hey, I'm feeling neglected." And so I realized that I had, and so I skipped the 3rd game, and Patty and I went home and golfed.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a great day yesterday, weather-wise, and especially later in the afternoon.
It was perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
It's 7:40. We're gonna take another break, unless you have anything else on your mind.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, we'll be right back then.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back. It's almost over.
Ahoy.
Yeah, ahoy.
So I do have one thing to bring up,
All right, let's talk about
and
it.
it might hurt me a little
It's
bit.
just gonna make you feel better, Matt.
It won't.
Get it off your chest.
So Friday, we had a spirited conversation about 100 men versus one gorilla.
We did.
And I remain firmly in the camp that the gorilla would dominate
Silverback
that.
wins that.
Yeah. Well, I saw a video Friday, I think. And, both these guys are kind of like,
Team humans.
Team human would win. Mm-hmm. And so you and I, it's kind of the old guys versus the young guys on this. Mm-hmm. And I saw a video where they interviewed a zookeeper that deals with gorillas, and he's like, the humans would win every time. And I'm still not buying it, but he's like, gorillas, and maybe this is even brought up when we were talking about it. He says gorillas are herbivores; they don't kill for food.
Yeah, they don't like meat. I know that. I did bring that up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember if it got brought up, but he says, they're not aggressive unless they're defending themselves. And I'm thinking if 100 men are running at you, you get a little defensive. But
I think we're making some assumptions that the gorilla would fight.
Right. And now he said, the zoo guy, he said, look, there'd be some collateral damage, but ultimately the humans would win. The men would win.
Collateral damage is just a
That's
very
such a
soft way
funny
of putting
And that's
that.
exactly what he said. He goes, there would be some collateral damage. And it's
Collateral
like,
damage.
yeah, a head here and an arm there. But so anyway, according to that guy, the humans would win. I'm still going to go with the gorilla.
I think the silverback's going to scare 95 of the
Well,
guys.
that's just it.
And say, screw this.
The first guy that runs up and goes, all right, I'm going to go first, and then he gets, thrown back to the crowd in pieces, everybody else is going to be going like, nope, not going to do that.
But I think if you're making the same assumptions that the gorilla is going to fight, you make the same assumptions that all the humans, no matter what collateral damage they see, they're going to continue to go after the gorilla.
There's a lot of caveats and assumptions have to be made. But I had to, and then I came in and I told him, I said, look, this is what I saw. So I had to own up to it.
We celebrated. We celebrated in that moment.
I'm not going down to defeat. I still think.
Oh, I'm still firmly in the gorilla camp.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of it. All right.
Humans.
Whoa.
Humans in 100.
All right. I think we need to get set for the day.
Let's get set for the day. As previously mentioned, it is Monday. It is the 5th day of May. This is episode 304, and I will again say happy birthday to my wife. Temperature right now in Washington, 50. Mount Pleasant, 50. And Fairfield, 49.
It feels nicer than 50. It feels really nice outside.
It's not bad.
It's not windy.
No, well, right. Mostly cloudy today. High of 66 and a low of 45. Wind, I think, was 10 to 15 miles an hour, which we'll take.
Yeah.
But sitting on top of that hill tonight it's gonna feel a little windy. Today's headlines from SoutheastIdahoUnion.com. Fairfield FFA to hold plant sale May 8th through the 10th. Spring
Is that the wind coming in?
Spring cleaning drive helps scrub away gaps SNAP can't cover in Mount Pleasant, and verdict reached in Highland bond appeal. Sports, there's a full slate of sports tonight with the most area teams in action. Across this, Tim, you just cracked yourself up.
SPP, your face was so funny. He was looking at the board like, what the hell did that?
I was like, what is that? What's that?
Pete's soundboard blew a gasket.
I was like, did something go wrong?
Matt, I'm sorry for
That's all
interrupting.
good.
Yeah, we don't mean to interrupt.
You don't mean to. That's like the whole gig. Among the sports tonight, girls soccer game between Washington and Fairfield that you can see right here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network starting at right around 5 p.m. This day in history on this day in 1862, all of us, Mexico repelled the French forces of Napoleon III at the Battle of Puebla. A victory that became a symbol of resistance to foreign domination is now celebrated as a national holiday, Cinco de Mayo.
We took it over.
Yes.
I mean, as every holiday does, I think it just gets commercialized over.
Well, it's definitely commercialized. And when I worked at IBP, which is a long time ago, I had a lot of Hispanics on
Pre-SPP.
Pre-SPP, just about. Well, for sure it was. It had a lot of Hispanics on the line, and when we rolled up on May 5th, I was like, is this going to be a problem, or is there a lot of people, people taking this off? I know it's a national holiday, and the guy looked at me and he goes, it's a bigger holiday in the United States than it is in Mexico. So he says, don't worry about it. I said, okay.
You're on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah. So anyway, Cinco de Mayo today.
There we go.
Jack, random joke, random quote, or random fact.
Random fact.
Random fact.
You're just you always are a sponge for knowledge.
Yeah, always. I like learning.
Blue whales can hold water in their mouths equal to their entire body weight.
Wow.
It's a random fact. They're not all good. It's a random fact.
I think that's interesting.
There's a show called The Americas. Mm-hmm. Has anybody seen that? No. You guys watch that?
I've heard of it.
And it's on regular network TV.
Mm-hmm.
Worth a watch. So there was a thing last night about the blue whale, and they somehow were able to attach a camera to this dang critter. I don't even know where they're at off the coast of California.
Critter is doing a lot of work to describe a blue whale.
Attached this camera that was only good for 5 hours. I don't know what to say to that. So I just let it go. I pretended you said nothing.
Just move on.
It's a big old critter.
Attached it with suction cups, and it only stays on for 5 hours or something like that. Anyway, It watched it dive and went down to feed. It watched it. It was amazing.
That's pretty cool.
2,500 feet down. Swallowed up some squid and back to the surface.
Went
it
about
goes.
its business.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's take a dive.
The ocean is terrifying.
Isn't it though? And it's completely dark, but there was some lights on this thing. It's really cool.
Yeah.
They turned the lights on. The whale's going, what the hell is behind me?
It was like near his tail, so he couldn't. His head is way up there.
I guess that's true.
It really wasn't providing him any good.
His head is way up there. He can't see anything.
Were they LED strip lights like are in teenage girls' rooms?
It didn't appear to be. They're more of a spotlight that you see. I saw some crazy commercial where it lights up the whole neighborhood. Yeah, right? Have you seen
mag
that?
light.
God dang, stupid. I'll bet it does.
I got one of those flashlights for Christmas. It's
Did
like,
you?
Yeah, it's like for like scaring bears and stuff. Yeah.
Is it really is it like it shine?
Yeah.
Your whole neighborhood is lit up, and
It was-
people are calling the police.
Well, so we were using it like I have like a cabin in northern Wisconsin. So that's why we have it. It's for like bears and stuff. And we were going out on the lake and shining it. And yeah,
pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's
Okay.
pretty wild.
Have you tried to I saw a meme once where somebody ordered pizza and the guy got lost, so he just shined the flashlight up
Click
into the
it.
sky.
Just
And he's like,
Follow
do
the
you see the
symbol."
light? Do you see the beacon?
Is it like the bat?
That's a good idea.
The bat light.
The bat signal.
Yeah, the
Just
bat
put a little
signal.
slice of pizza into it.
Yeah, it's a little triangle.
that's awesome.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna try that next time with the light. But no,
awesome.
those things work. It's
Okay.
pretty intense.
Then I stand corrected.
Yeah.
You would think it would kick off some heat though too, doesn't it?
Well, I think that there are some that do, yeah, and you can like melt stuff with it. The one we got is not that powerful,
Okay.
I don't think.
All right.
But
Yeah,
it's like
should-
heavy, and
You should bring that in sometime. I'd like to see
I
it.
could try and acquire it. Yeah,
That'd
Is
be
it up in Wisconsin?
it is.
now?
It's a drive away, but I could have it shipped,
So see you tomorrow.
transported. Sure.
Is that too soon?
Can I show up at your house to wake you up? It's time for the show. Click
There we
the
go.
light at your window.
It sounds like it penetrates brick.
stand on the square and
It's supposed to scare bears. That's what it's for.
Okay. Gosh dang it. See, this is how we go
I
along.
know.
We just get talking about the craziest things. I want to note that the national days today kind of suck.
they kind of do. Actually, they were very limited today.
Not very good.
No, they're not.
I mean, I don't want to take anything away from being an astronaut. You're cool people. But National Astronaut Day.
Not as cool as the Capital One Bank guy.
Didn't we have National Space Day a couple days ago?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been very space themed.
What's up? National Cartoonist Day and Revenge of the
Fifth.
Revenge of the
Revenge
Fifth.
of the Fifth. So there we have it. Is there a takeaway that anybody would like to share today?
I have one.
I like that. You're prepared.
I will never stop sitting is my takeaway. Sitting is still good.
I like it.
Big standing will not have me at standing desks.
Big
I
standing.
will,
Big
I will sit.
Big standing. So mine's right along those lines. Everything in moderation.
There you go.
My takeaway,
Yes, SPP.
very recent, is that I should shine a beacon here every time it's time to do morning breath to let everyone know.
The time has become.
We can put the Morning Breath logo and
That'd be pretty cool.
flash it in the sky before we start every day.
I like it. My takeaway is very simple. I can attend a softball or baseball game and not get the holy crap burned out of me.
It is possible.
I did. I was out in the glorious sun yesterday.
How much did you stand?
This time, well, at least one game.
All right.
So half
Half-
the time.
half the time.
That's the moderation right there.
That's moderation.
Moderation.
Because I didn't know about this story at the time.
Yeah.
I might still be standing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Imagine that. So, sunscreen's it's a wonderful tool.
Wonderful.
It is good.
Can't tell I was out in the sun at all yesterday, can you?
Nope.
It's amazing. 7:53. We're gonna call it a day. So go out and have a great Monday. Cinco de Mayo it up, and while you're out, go ahead and ahoy while you're out. And thanks for joining. And like, subscribe, and share if you would. You can do that even on YouTube, yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah. Like,
So it's not
subscribe,
just for
share, follow.
it's not just for Facebook, 'cause
Right.
we're there, but we don't comment on Facebook
And
stuff.
it really does matter and help. The algorithm picks up on that. So the more people that follow and whatever, it helps draw more people.
So that'd be swell if you could help us out. Want to have a great Monday? I assume we'll be back tomorrow. So until then, ahoy.